Hey guys, in this video, you're gonna learn an unbelievable single technique that within 30 to 45 days will allow you to drastically bump up your credit score. Stick around. Hey, I am Mr. Maciek. This channel is all about investing in real estate, doing businesses to make money, credit fixing, and anything to do with finances. So if you like that, please consider subscribing. Let's get into it, guys. All right, so here it is, the one technique that is going to help you increase your credit score, sometimes dramatically, 30 to 45 days from now. So this is called the Authorized User, AU technique. It also is known as piggybacking. So what is this all about? Well, first of all, who is it for is really the first question. And ideally, this helps people who have a very short credit history. Second best are people who have a decent credit history but not a lot of credit on their report, which is holding them back. So the idea is this. What you do is you want to find somebody who will give you authorization as a user on their existing account. For example, I have a credit card, a Discover credit card, and it is over 10 years old. So if I find someone who has bad credit and needs to improve it, what I can do is I can give Discover card a call and add this individual to my card, and then they're an authorized user. They're not the account holder or manager. And then basically my credit history gets put on to their credit history. Now, there are a few tricks, so please stick around. It's really important to learn how to use it to your best advantage and not waste time. So before you do this, the account holder that has this account might have some questions. And the number one question that I hear is, wait, how does this impact me? How can I get hurt from this? And really, you can't. I guess there are some small ways you can, but really you can't, because you're not going to give them a card. You're not going to allow them to order a card. All you're doing is lending them some credit history. And then you can remove them anytime you want. So the account holder is 100% in control of actually how long will this authorized user be permitted. Now, the second most common question I get on this is, will this person's bad credit impact my credit since I am allowing them to use some of my credit? And the answer is no. It doesn't go this way. It goes this way. So the authorized user is the individual who gives their credit or lends their credit to somebody else. However, before you do this, it's very important to ask a couple questions to this credit card company that you have before you add anyone to an authorized user. Here's what's important. So the number one thing to ask this creditor, in my case, Discover card, is when I add an authorized user, will you actually report all of my history onto their account? And a lot of places are cracking down on this and they will not report it. However, I know for sure Bank of America, I have a credit card with Bank of America, and they will do that. Because when I added someone to my account as an authorized user, they did get the whole history on it. All right, now the second thing you have to ask yourself is, how old is this credit? So when you are adding someone, I have a 10-year-old card, right? This gives long history to this authorized user. And this is very important because that's one of the criteria, is how long is your credit established for? And if I'm adding 10 years to someone else's report who might be 18, 19, 20 years old, this really does help them. So you want to pick a really old card, at least 5 years old. That's like a good rule of thumb to go, because anything less than that usually decreases the age of the existing credit history for that authorized user. Now, the last thing you have to ask yourself is, out of the cards that have long histories, which one has the largest available amount with the smallest balance? And that is a ratio. And I do have a video all about credit reports, which kind of discusses the importance of your credit utilization. So you want to be under 10%. So for example, if you have a 10-year-old card and it has $10,000 and you owe less than $1,000 on it, that is going to be ideal and extremely beneficial to your authorized user. If you have one that's 10 years old, has $10,000, but you owe $7,000, that's actually going to hurt the authorized user. So it's important to know that, first of all, they will report everything back. Second of all, it is long established at least 5 years. And third of all, what is the ratio of available money to used money? Then you want to try to keep it under 10%. 100% sure you need it under 50%. That's for sure. If you owe more than 50%, do not add anyone unless you're trying to hurt their credit. So, one more thing to look at is, with this account, do you have a perfect payment history? Once again, extremely important, because whatever is on this report will get transferred over to someone else. So have no lates in the last 7 years. They don't get reported to the bureaus, anything older than that. Make sure you have the lowest balance that you can have on it, especially in relation to the highest amount that they are offering you. So 5 years, the smallest balance, and no late payments is what's most important when helping someone out. Okay, so how can you use this as an authorized user to your advantage? Well, the number one way is when purchasing real estate. So a lot of people just are a little bit short on their credit report. They might be a 615 and you need a 620, or they might be a 715 and you need over 720. So if you do this little trick, you will get your credit score increased, and then that will qualify you for better interest rates. Now, after you're done with that, the authorized user can be removed by the person who granted that to them. So if you found this valuable, I recommend you just subscribe to this channel, and please watch this video. Talks all about fixing your credit and different ways to bump up your score. Thanks for watching.